Alright, here we go into the first warm-up of the match. So don't worry guys, it's not live yet. Let's see how this looks. Okay, this looks weird because there are people AFKing at the start. Let's follow Spam instead. Alright, we have so many people on the screen right now. Incredible. So of course one of the new blocks in this game compared to TrackMania 2 Stadium is the Reactor Boost, and we'll see it used in this... oh my god, so many people! Remember that every person on the track right now represents one viewer on one of the Twitch streams. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see so many people on the track. But anyway, one of the new blocks, as I was saying, in the new TrackMania game, is a Reactor Boost, and we will see. Oh my god, mass murder! We will see it used in this map for sure. So you are there? Yeah, one of the people here. That's you. You are here on the track right now. Can drivers turn it off? Honestly, I don't know. Oof. This is an interesting strategy here by Spam. Going for the turtle after the first lap. Not sure what the deal here is and how this is faster in any way. But we will see Spam turtling maybe the rest of the map. Oh, okay. Here we go. We are going live. First map of the TMGL Step 1 has started. The map is called Flyback. Alright, Gwen takes the lead in the start already. Look at this. The youngster already in the lead. Spam in the middle, in the top of the pack though. He's doing good so far. First Reactor Boost. Who can get the most amount of speed on this dirt? Oh my god, Massa with the first mistake already. And Gwen goes out as well. Immediately, lap 1. The mistake on the Reactor Boost. And that is not what you like to see here. Well, at least if you are either Gwen or Massa. For the rest, of course, this is good news. Pack right now in the lead. Looking good for the English player. And Spam as well is still in the top right now. Going through the people here onto the ice section. Pretty close around so far. But we have some people taking the lead here. The battle is on right now between Pack and Carl Jr. As Spam is currently in that top 5 place. Which is a pretty good place to be. Alright, first identity section coming in. You want to have a good amount of speed from the Reactor Boost into the finish. And look at Spam boosting! It is incredible. He is overtaking so many people already. And he is now in the top 4. What a great identity section by Spam on this first lap. And he is now already looking at that nice top 4 place. Going into lap 2. What a zoop here by Spam. Incredible. Carl Jr. takes the lead so far. Papu right behind him. Pack is as well in the in the battle right there. Wow. We're so hard. But it is Spam right now with about half a second behind the lead here. But he is also about half a second ahead of Avon, who is in 5th place. Oh, actually, Avon just got overtaken by a bunch of people. So that is not completely true. But Spam right now in that solid 4th place. Come into this dirt slide. You gotta be pretty tight there. It is hard to see, but there is a cactus between the people right there. And the cactus is actually something that you cannot drive over. So you gotta go around that. Second identity coming up. Here we go. Good nose down by Spam. And he's gonna zoop again, hopefully. Nice lineup. Good straight in the middle. Back with an incredible identity there. He also takes a lap 2, fastest lap. And now overtakes into the 1st place. Although Carl Jr. is still battling with him. And Papu is also still super close to him. So the top 3 is incredibly close. Even though Spam is now about a second behind these people. Let's see what Afi is doing right now. Because he is trying to battle Spam for this 4th position. And he goes actually for the overtake. Is able to overtake Spam in that turn here. Really good turn by Afi. Who is now in 4th position. Spam finds himself 5th right now. Nice inside line here by the Dutch player. Does Afi make a mistake? Yes, he does. He touches the wall. And that's going to lose him a bunch of speed. Spam is able to overtake and get back into that 4th place right now. And it is looking good for the Dutch player as he has quite the lead over the other players in the field right now. Of course, except for the 3 in the top. who are actually extending their lead compared to Spam right now. So it's hard for him to keep up. But if he stays in that 4th place, that is still pretty good. 4th place is quite high. Alright, here we go again. Identity section. Spam, another nice one. Although it is pretty close to the left wall. Ooh. But we are okay. Papu this time around with the fastest lap. Massa actually in the mix as well. Top 2 this time around. The best lap right now driven by Papu, and that was this lap right here. And that means, as you can see right now, Papu is in that 1st place. Let's zoom in on the top 3 real quick here. You can see the French player in the lead. Peck is in 2nd and Carl Jr. is falling behind a little bit here. In the meantime though, Spam is still around a 2nd behind these 3. And Afi is again a 2nd behind Spam. So there are quite big gaps here between the players. Towards the end of the map. As you can see Spam right now on the big screen. That's pretty cool as well. So yeah, Spam still in that solid 4th place right now. Is trying to keep up with the top 3. And that is of course a hard task. All 3 of these players are titans of the game. And are of course really prepared. But here comes another identity section. This might be the place where Spam can catch up a little bit. Let's see what he can do here. Alright, here he goes. Zooping again. Quite nice by Spam here, I'd say. A nice amount of speed. And yeah, indeed, he did catch up a little bit here. But it is not enough for the overtake yet. He's still around a 2nd behind. In the meantime, though, we do have Afi more than a 2nd behind Spam still. So there are still huge gaps here. I want to quickly zoom in on the lead as Carl Jr. has overtaken Papu for 1st place right now. And actually, Papu, with quite a mistake here, loses his 2nd place to Pack as well. And the battle goes on between these 3 players for the top position. And it is back and forth. Spam still in the pursuit here, trying to keep up, and actually it seems to be creeping in a little bit here. But of course the gap is still quite big. Ooh, Papu with a nice dirt section, and he's going for the overtake on Pack. Does so indeed, Pack. Quite a bad ice section here. Papu is able to take advantage of it. Gets back into that 2nd place, where we are in lap 5 out of 6, so 2 more identities to go. Going into the next identity, let's focus on what Spam is doing here. Looks good again, nice. Ooh, Pack not with the zoop, and Spam with a huge zoop, and now he comes actually pretty close to the English player. And he is already smelling the backside of him. Of course, Pack's backside probably smells pretty good. And, oh, look at this, lap 5, Spam has the 2nd best time of this lap. And that is, of course, showing in the general standings here, as Spam is closing in on the top 3 a little bit. Alright, another drift section coming in. The gap is still around a 2nd between Spam and the top 3. Who are still incredibly close, by the way. This has been a back and forth battle between these 3 for the whole map. As Pack has a tiny bit of a lag spike here and there. So let's go back to Spam here. What is the difference between Spam and the player behind him? Let's see. Oh, well, there's a tiny bit of a difference between Yannex and Spam here. Just a small gap. Alright, here we go. Last identity. And this is really important here because you need to clear this. I'm pretty sure Spam knows what's up. Look what an incredible 5-head move by Spam. He knows nobody's gonna overtake him by taking it safe. And Spam goes for the 4th place lock-in. Can I get a clap in the chat? The crowd goes wild. Alright, so pretty good start here for Spam. 4th place. Nice and solid. In the meantime, though, we do have Papu taking the 20-pointer. Carl Jr. in 2nd place. Peck has ended in 3rd place. We have Yannex 5th. Afi 6th. Riolo is 7th. Kappa on 8th. Then we have Evan, Massa, Aurel, Matt, Scrappy, Gwen, Bren, and Tween. Off to the 2nd map we go, and as you might remember, no point loss yet. But that of course will start after this map. So not this map, but the next one. Yeah, Boomba, I agree. I'm also glad to see Sinas casting. Right, the warm-up has started. Next map coming in. This map is called Eurostep, and there are some pretty cool tricks in this one. If you want to go for the full speed, like Spam just did, you can go a little bit wide there and take the booster. And that will give you a small speed boost compared to taking the tight line. Although it is a bit risky, but we do indeed see Spam going for it here. So many people around here on the track. Oof. A nice dirt wall ride jump here. You gotta jump as low as possible. Low airtime is really good here because you will be able to go further in the track if you land earlier, of course. Spam, as you can see, has taken that quite nicely. He's actually overtaking Yannex here in the warm-up. Right, next section coming up. Here's a couple of jumps. You might see some people opting for a little bit of a ramp cut, so you don't take the full ramp and go for the low jump, although you might see some mistakes if that happens, like Pack just did. It is a bit of a risky move, but it might pay off with a little bit more speed. So let's see if people go for that. And of course the identity section here is really tight between the poles around the tree, and you want to get as much speed as possible out of it. And oh, interesting line here by Spam. You give the hearts by typing Go Spam in chats. Alright, here we go live in map 2, Eurostep. Let's see what the players can do. Let's see who is currently ahead. Pack actually behind a little bit. Spam in the middle of the pack so far. You see Carl Jr. taking the lead, and Spam actually doing really well out of this loop. Look, so much speed for the Dutch player here. And he is now actually going for the overtake, and he is first for like a second here. Spam with an incredible start so far. He's actually first. What is happening? Spam is in first place right now. Let's see if I can get a good overview of the battle that's going on in the top places. Going for the low jump here. If Spam can get a really low jump, he will stay first place. Oh my god, Scrap, he misses the jump. No way. He's immediately last place. That is gonna hurt a lot. Carl Jr. has ended up overtaking Spam once again, but Spam still in at second place. Not bad at all. Massa are now third, although he's already a little bit behind. And Pack as well, trying to keep up with these top 2 players right now. And it seems impossible. Spam and Carl Jr. on a whole nother level right now. Ooh, gotta stay hydrated. Alright, Carl looking good here. Already like 0.1 ahead of Spam, but here goes the identity section. Let's see how much risk the players are gonna take. It seems about equal here, although Spam's a little bit faster. Spam going for the attack inside line here. Will he have enough speed to stay in that first place? It doesn't look like it. Carl Jr. will overtake once again, but the gap has been closer right now. Both players opting to go for the boost. Carl Jr. is ahead a little bit here, but definitely something Spam can catch up to. Oh, and here we go. Carl not with a lot of speed. Spam goes for the overtake, is now in first place. Oh, Carl has more speed out of this one though. What an incredibly close battle between the Canadian player and the Dutch player for this #1 position. And here we go into the dirt ball ride. Will Spam go for the low jump here? Oh, it does look like Carl has a little bit of a better angle here. It does so indeed. And he will get that first place once again. But the gap is nothing right now. Nothing. Spam actually has a better dirt turn, and he is once again in first place. And now Carl is again in first place. What is going on? Ooh, that was a good turn by Carl, to be honest. And now he is in that firm top 1. The difference right now, 2/10 of a second. And now Spam needs to push it to get back into the first position. By the way, we have not seen it, but look at the gap between these top 2. What is going on? There's already a second between Spam and Carl. They are really on another level right now. Identity #2. Can Spam do it again? He does it again! Oh my god, the risk that he takes. He almost yapped trees, but it doesn't matter because he didn't. And he is now into first place. Let's focus on Carl here, because he is now looking at Spam's fine ass and wishing he was in first place right now. Oh, Carl with a low jump. Will he take a lot of speed out of it? No, it doesn't look like it. Spam is actually looking really strong out of this third section. The gap is now 1/10 of a second. Even though we're already 3 minutes into the map. Incredibly close battle between these two. We have Bren with the DNF in the meantime, by the way. That is quite interesting. Scrappy is still that 15 seconds behind, as we've seen him make a mistake at the start of the round. And yeah, the gap still between Spam and Carl and Riolu is more than a second here. As Spam is only extending his lead more and more. Carl with a really weak line here. And Spam is able to take so much advantage of this. Look at this. The gap is already more than half a second. Spam is on his own right now. I'm gonna keep the camera on Carl Jr. here, as he is the closest rival to Spam, and we will, if Carl Jr. doesn't mess up this identity, we will able to see Spam most of the time with our screen. But I mean, he's just extending his lead more and more. Already 8/10 of a second. Did I just hear Go Spam? Did anybody hear Go Spam? I hear Go Spam in game. Because you guys have been spamming Go Spam in the chat. And he is right now in first map. No! What is happening? Hello? Spam with the mistake. He didn't make the jump. He had to respawn. Sorry for the late reaction, but that is about what happened. And now he finds himself not in first place, instead in the top 5 still. Oh, Kappa jumps really low, and that is good for Spam. He will be able to go for the overtake. Gets now into the top 4. And with the pace Spam has, he will be able to catch up to second place again. But I fear it is quite hard here to catch back up to Carl Jr. But hopefully he can still get back into the second place, even with this mistake. Going for the overtake on Riolu. Bye-bye, Riolu. Not even close, baby. Spam right now already top 3 again, even with that mistake. What an incredible performance if you count in that mistake. I mean, he lost quite a bit of time and he's already in top 3 again anyway. Right, identity number 4. Cleared once again. And here we go into lap number 5. The gaps are quite big. Spam opts good to go for the booster. Pack doesn't. So that means Spam will be able to inch a little bit closer to the English player here. Oh, but a weak turn here by Spam. And that means the Monka S goes out as Massa, Kappa and Riolu all go for the overtake on Spam. What a battle here for this top 4 position. Incredibly close right now, as Massa has the best turn. He will be able to get 4th. Kappa goes for a really high jump once again. That seems quite an interesting line, but you know what? It's okay with me, because Spam is able to go for the overtake. Really good dirt turn by him. What an incredible amount of speed he gets out of that turn, and he is able to overtake Massa, although Massa now with a nice amount of speed. The battle goes on. Pack makes a mistake. Pack bounces. Spam leaves everybody behind, and here he is in top 2 once again. What a turn here. Oh, Riolu is really close though. The second place is not locked in yet. As we are approaching the next identity section. Let us zoom in on Spam here on the identity section. And Spam is zooming as well. Alright, let's move into the last lap of this map. Carl Jr. is still in that solid first place. He's about 1.7 seconds ahead. So unless he makes a mistake, I'm pretty sure he will lock in the 20-pointer here. Still though, Spam on a nice second place also gets the second fastest lap in lap 5. Gwen, interestingly enough, gets first place here, although he is still 11th on the scoreboard. Ooh, Riolu is inching in closer here. Riolu the Dirt Meister. Oh, what an incredible amount of skill do these players have. It is so tight in these turns, but they manage to clear it anyway, every time. Spam going for the high-speed dirt section. Look at this. He does it every time. What an amount of speed he gets out of this turn. And every time he just extends his lead more and more. Going for the wide approach here. Going for the low jump. Let's see. Oh, nice amount of low airtime. And that means Spam will indeed extend his lead once again. The round is not over though. And hopefully for Spam's sake he can hold on to that second place. Riolu going for the nice ramp cut. Takes a good amount of speed out of it, but it's not enough to overtake Spam yet. Last identity section coming in. Let's zoom in on Spam here. Wow. Clap in the chat. Spam second place on the second map. Sick performance by him. I mean, the difference between Carl Jr. and Spam was only 0.8 of a second. If he didn't make that mistake, imagine how far ahead he would have been. Spam with an insane pace on this map in this first step here, and a deserved second place. 14 points for him on the scoreboard. And that means Spam right now is top 3 in this step so far. Alright, quick look at the scoreboard. Carl Jr., really good performance so far, 34 points. Papu also really strong, 26. Spam, 24 points. Peck, Rio, Kappa, Yannex, Massa, Afi, Aurel, Avon, Gwen, Matt, scrap between Bren. Bren not doing so well so far. I mean, 2 points, that is not too great. Alright, and now we have map number 3. And remember from the introduction here, from this map onwards, the bottom 8 lose 50% of their points. So it is now incredibly important to get into at least top 8. To hold on to the points that you have already gained in the first 2 maps. So far so good here for Spam, who's warming up and into that first place. Although this is the map, ladies and gentlemen, where Spam was a little bit monkastering about in the pre-match interview. Because this map has the ice, and because ice of course is new in this new TrackMania game, it needs some time to really master the ice blocks for the players. And hopefully for Spam he has mastered them enough. Back right now, yep polling. Oh no! Oh! That was a little bit of a mass murder right there, but let's just imagine that never happens. Zooping by on this identity section here. So this is the identity of this map. And it is a bunch of 180s going between dirt, ice and road. And some quite interesting interactions. Because after ice you still have a period where you're still like a little bit slippery. If you go on the dirt then it interacts really interestingly with the grip you have. And we will see players make use of that by going really fast through the identity section. Alright, let's go live into this map right now. And as you can see on the left side of the screen, bottom 8 in the red, they lose 50% of the points they've gained so far in the match if they end up in the bottom 8. So it is really important to end up in the top 8. Oof. Oh my god, the line there by Spam, a little bit scary, but he's fine. Still in the battle for the top places right now, again. So Spam so far doing really well in this step, and we're happy to see that of course. We see now Gwen in the lead, although with the white line there, he's gonna lose quite a bit of time. First ice drifts coming in, and a really nice one by Spam, although not a nice amount of grip in the end. Loses quite a bit of speed compared to his opponents. What? Hello? Matt? Matt not knowing where the track goes, and he opts to go to the left instead. So he will be behind in the first lap already. Aurel with a mistake. Aurel losing quite a bit of positions there. Spam right now in the red, but it doesn't matter. It's only lap 1. He has enough time to catch up to the rest. Identity section coming in. Who can take the most amount of speed of this 180 turns? Nice section here by Spam. Overtaking between. Oh, no grip though. No grip at all in the dirt. And that's going to cost him a lot of time. Spam finds himself 13th place right now. And that is not what you like to see here. He's able to overtake Gwen though. Top 12. Oh, Tween! Tween! That Tween is completely out of it. He has to respawn. And that is another one that Spam can overtake here. Spam right now 9th place. So almost in the green here. Almost in the green. It is only Aurel left here. Although Gwen is also lurking in the shadows here. Who wants a piece of the top 8 pie right now? Another ice drift coming in. Alright. Looks decent here. Spam losing a little bit on Gwen, but is able to go for the overtake on Kappa maybe. So all in all, a neutral position for Spam. Here comes Carl Jr. though, who interestingly enough was not top 8. Oh, we saw somebody on the left side of my screen, but I did miss who it was. We will see that next checkpoint because the person will fall very far behind. It is in, I think it was Yannex there. Alright, another mass murder here as we're moving into the identity section. Ooh, a really close battle here between Carl Jr., Riolo, Spam, and Kappa. Kappa with a little bit of mistake here on the left side of the screen. Spam going really close to the wall, but apparently that was intended. Alright, decent section here by Spam, but still not in the green here. So he needs to start pushing it, otherwise he might lose 50% of the great amount of points that he's gained so far. Going for the overtake on Riolo, already in 9th place. Oh my god, he gets so close to the wall, but it's okay. In the meantime, though, we do have Peck in the top position. Papu is right behind him. Then, a second behind, we have Massa. Also doing well are Scrappy, Afi, Aurel, Gwen. And we, of course, have Carl Jr. right in front of our screen here. Currently gatekeeping the top 8, although a really good Reactor Boost section by Spam here is able to go closer to the top 8 position. Let's see how much grip he can get out of this. Not a lot, to be honest. And although he gets closer to Gwen once again, he is losing quite a bit of time to Carl Jr., Aurel, and Riolo here. So the ice section is not the best for Spam here. Oh my god, Riolo, no way! Riolo going full yep into the wall. And that's a huge mistake by the German player here. A mistake that we don't see often from Riolo. Let me be really clear here. A mistake by Riolo is really rare. But it did happen. And of course, the Spam says thank you very much. I kind of needed that. Now going for the overtake on Bren here. And a really nice identity section for the Dutch player here. And he is now in the green. Spam in top 8. And that means he will be able to hold on to the points he gets. And also, of course, get the points for being top 8. So that is quite a lot better than being in that 9th position. The gap is still quite big for top 7, however. And we do have Bran only 0.3 of a second behind Spam. Although it does look like Spam took a nice amount of speed out of this turn. And is able to extend his lead at least a little bit. On to the Dutch section we go. Into the Reactor Boost. Let's follow Spam into the Reactor Boost. Looking good here. And here comes the Ice Drift. Oh, Carl! No! Oh, no! Oh, that is a huge mistake. And that's gonna cost Spam so much time. Because he has to respawn and do the Ice Drift all over again. For a second there, it looked so good. But he took too much risk. And it is over and out for him. Oh, that is gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. Yeah, this sometimes happens where you're really pushing it to try and get into the top 8. And oh, here comes Kappa with a mistake. Spam on 13th place. And the map is not over. We are in lap 4 out of 6. He only needs to catch up 6 seconds. Easy, right? Ooh, not with that little bump right there. Spam with another mistake and not looking too good here. Yeah, not Spam's best map, to be fair. And it is not nice to see him lose 50% of the points. That means 12 points of loss here. He is going to lose quite a bit of ground to the rest of the field. But at least he doesn't lose all of his points, right? Right, another ice drift coming in. Oh, Matt is chilling in the top of the ice right now. As we see Tween overtaking Spam in the ice drift. I mean, we are talking a couple of points here difference if you are on the lower side of the scoreboard. I'm gonna quickly go over to the top 3 here. Let's see what's going on here. We have Peck in number 1. Papu in 2nd place. Massa doing well here on 3rd place. Oh my god, but what an incredible timing by this caster. He joins in to see what's going on in the top 3. And Peck immediately goes into the wall. Says bye-bye to his top 1. And Papu is saying thank you very, very much. Takes over 1st place. Peck still in the top 3 though. So not a huge mistake for him. But yeah, it must hurt at least a little bit. Alright, in the meantime we have Afi with a nice performance in that 4th position. We have Carl Jr. holding on in top 8, so his 34 points are safe as it looks like right now. Alright, let's test this caster curse real quick. And zoom in on Papu, number 1 of the field. Nah, it's fake, guys. I don't really have a curse. See? I just turned it off. But Papu are now looking good on this map. He's in first place with almost more than a second here. Massa is trying to keep up. As we are moving on to the end of this map. Last identity coming in. Let's see if Papu can hold on to his 20-pointer. Or Massa can maybe go for the overtake in the end. It looks pretty good for the French player here. Oh, Papu, a little bit wide here. Oh, Massa with the mistake. Massa with the mistake. Is he able to get overtaken? No, Massa has a huge gap between him and Pack. And he is safe in second place. Right, so Spam will end up in the unlucky 13th place. Not the best map for him, but hey, can't win them all, right? Alright, Spam finds himself now on 9th position of the scoreboard with 15 points. Of course, not getting a lot of points on this map and also losing 50% of his points that he've gathered on the first 2 maps. Not really where you want to be, but of course there's ample opportunity for the other players to lose some points as well, coming in to the next couple of maps. Because this is another map where players are going to lose 50% of their points. And then we will have a little break. And then we have the really scary maps, where people lose 100% of their points. Whew. Alright, here we go. Tree jump. And of course, famous for the tree jumps in the end as the identity section. Where you... We have some technical difficulties right now. Give me 1 second. My TrackMania is acting really weird. Okay, you know what? I'm quickly gonna open Task Manager and yes. Okay. But 1080 Ti died apparently. That is interesting. Okay, give me a second here. Luckily this happened in the warm-up. What a good timing by me. In the warm-up we have to crash. What is going on? Alright, we are opening up TrackMania again. It should be no problem. I can join the server, no problem. And we should be fine here. But I've not had this happen to me ever before. So of course it should happen. While TMGL is going on. Join lag is not incoming because we are in a warm-up still. So again, good timing. Alright. Okay. We have pause. That means I will... it might be that I'm not the only one. Or maybe they're pausing for me, which would be incredible. Thank you so much, if that's the case. But I assume there will be a widespread problem here. We are currently in a little bit of a break. Wait, is this like the actual break? No, there's just a pause. There's no actual break. Resuming match. Here we go. We are live. What a timing. Good to see that I'm back in it. And hopefully that won't happen again. Sorry, guys. Wait, am I full screen? Okay, I am. Okay, we're good. We are live once again. This time around, we are on tree jump, map number 4. Quick look at the scoreboard here to recap. Oh, actually, Spam is top 8. Wait, or top 9. He's at least equal with Riolu. And right now, he finds himself in the top 8. Oh my god, Massa with the mistake at the start of the round. Massa immediately going, yep, wall. Alright, ice drift section coming in. Spam with pretty nice speed here. Is able to overtake Arel, as it looks like. It does look like that indeed. Going for the overtake on Arel, looking good here for Spam. He's still in the red positions, but he's able to catch up to the rest. Here we go. Reactor Boost. Oh my god, we have a huge mistake. I think it was Brandon right there, going way too far on the left. By the way, Papu is playing on his own here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's definitely very far in first. Alright. Oh, Carl Jr. Yep, treeing Carl Jr. with the first yep tree of the match. Oh, and Scrappy doesn't make the jump either. He's gonna go for the respawn as well. 3 jump getting their first casualties already. This identity is quite famous for their riskiness of it all. And of course, you need to be able to jump between the trees right there and not go into one of them. Spam so far having done this successfully, and we already seen some casualties. Oh, Kappa not with the best section here. He's gonna fall down quite a bit. Papu already more than a second ahead of the rest. What a player. Incredible. Gwen with a little bit of airtime. Spam will be taking advantage of that one and closing in on him, as Yanax actually has a nice amount of speed as well. Quite a risky turn there, but Spam does it successfully. Here we go into an ice drift. Pretty good here by Spam. Decent speed. Interestingly enough, nobody seems to go for the... Oh, Massa goes for it. There is this line where you go more on the inside and you go ice drift all the way. Massa went for it right there, and it is a little bit faster if you pull it off successfully. Although it is a lot riskier, so we will see a lot of players opt to go for the safe route instead. Alright, here we go into the identity section. Oh, Spam clearing the first one. Overtaking Tween as well. Going really far left. Oh my god, this is so close. But actually, Spam is completely a master of this identity. With a nice amount of speed. He goes into 5th position. Spam already in top 5 on this map. Scrappy with the fastest lap, although Scrappy is still in the bottom 11 right now. Or the top 11 actually. Alright, here we go. Ice drift coming in. The gap between Spam and Avon is quite a bit, but nothing he cannot catch up to. In the meantime though, Papu, by the way, is currently 2.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. But for the people that are actually human, we have Aurel, Peck, and Avon. And then we have Spam for the top 5. Interestingly enough, we have Matt. Matt is top 6 right now. And he goes for the inside line. Look at this. This is the line I was talking about. If you go a little bit inside and you get the ice drift all the way, you are a bit faster. But it can go wrong like it just did. And Matt was not able to take that much speed out of this one. He's going for the overtake on Tween though, however. Nice amount of speed. Alright, identity section coming up. Let's see how Spam does it here. He's already in 4th place. Aurel and Peck are still ahead of him, but Avon made a mistake that I didn't catch because I was too busy talking about Matt. But Avon is right now in 14th position, so he must have made a huge mistake right there. Spam is able to correct his line right there at the end, although he does lose a little bit of speed right there. Also, we are missing the English player, and that means that is because Peck also made just a tiny mistake. He is now in top 8, and Spam is I mean, if he just keeps playing like this, I mean, he will end up in a nice place here, because if the others make mistakes, he can take it safe. The gaps are huge on this map, and that is because mistakes are being made left and right. This map is particularly hard. Even for these great players, it is really hard to not make any mistakes. And Papu doing the best of it so far. About 3 seconds ahead of Aurel. Spam is about 5 seconds behind him, but still in 3rd place. He goes up really high. That's going to cost him some speed. And Matt zooming right by. Look at him. Space Station Gaming Matt is now in top 3. Oof, indeed, like the chat just pointed out, Carl Jr. not in top 8, and he's gonna lose 50% of the points if it keeps going like that. That's gonna cost him 20 points. Matt, yep, trees, no way! Matt doesn't make the tree jump, and he is gonna go for the respawn. Spam is back into top 3 once again. Oh my god, what a bunch of casualties on this map. What a crazy map this is. Spam right now already 8 seconds behind Papu. He can actually grab 3 and it doesn't matter. He's still first. What an incredible performance by him. Here we have the youngster Gwen right now going for the attack on Spam. It is not enough yet, but let's actually zoom in a little bit. What? Gwen? Oh, Gwen actually ahead of Spam on the scoreboard there, but not anymore. Spam is still ahead of him, but we have a nice battle going on here between the French player and Spam. Although the lead already is quite big again. Alright, here we go into the ice drift once again. Spam opting to go for a little bit of a slowdown. If you go over the snow a little bit, you slow down a bit, and it is a little bit of a safer approach. Honestly, that seems like a really good idea in this map, because you can just get a good position here by not making any mistakes. Ooh, Gwen really close to the wall there, but he's fine. Alright, let's zoom in on Spam, going for the 5th identity section here. Let's tree jump once again. Okay, good clear here for the first one. Looks good once again. Spam once again getting an identity section successfully. Papu is not even on the screen anymore. And Gwen now going for the overtake as Spam takes a little bit of a speed hit right there going on the grass. And now Spam needs to battle for Gwen for the top 3 position. Looking good here for Spam. Ooh, he has to steer a lot, but it does look like he has a little bit more speed. The battle is on between these two. Cutting the corners a little bit. It does look like Gwen has more speed, but with that airtime, Spam now has more speed. Oh, it is so close. Ice drift coming up. Who will take it the best? Spam a little bit farther outside. Oh, it does look like Spam has more speed here. He will be going for the overtake here on Gwen, and now with a nice amount of speed, he will also have a nice margin on the top 3 position. In the meantime, though, Papu is still 10 seconds ahead of him. Pretty incredible. And, ooh, Spam takes a bit of airtime, and now Gwen comes closer and closer. Last identity coming in. Oh my god, it is so close, but Gwen still in the top 3. Papu has finished. Gwen will probably take top 3 here, but Spam still in 4th place. And can I get a clap in the chat for Spam here? Nice performance on this map. We have top 4 position for the Dutch player. Alright, no huge losses here on the bottom 8 of the field. We have Afi losing quite a bit, Yannex as well. Riolo is in the top, bottom 8 as well. But the big leaders of the match again have performed well on this map, and they will hold on to their points. We actually have a French top 3 on this map, interestingly enough. Alright, Spam overtaking some positions, is now top 6. Whew, okay. We have a little bit of a break here. 6 minutes. I will let's go and talk to Spam about his performance so far. Here we go. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Wow. Interesting match so far. I mean,
yeah. I mean, did I lie in my pre-interview? I don't think so.
You definitely didn't.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, that feels bad, man. I mean, it looked really good for a second there when you went off the rails there. It looked like you had a lot of speed. You were able to overtake Carl Jr. maybe, but then, oof. Just a bit too much. Were you going for the risk there, maybe, or what happened?
No, it just normally I don't get this speed basically because I don't understand that part, and I've put in like 10+ hours just practicing that specific turn, but it never clicked in my brain. And well, now I went a little bit. I got the speed, and then I was too much on the height, and I just flew. I could not correct my line anymore because my wheels were icy, so...
Yeah, that was, yeah, you saw the icy wheels and I was like, no, and you fell off. It was just, oof. And as well, yeah.
I think if I kept my pace as I was doing, even with that bad part there, I think top 8 would have been doable because I was 8th at that specific moment. But,
yeah, you had the pace for about top 8, yeah, I agree. It might have been a bit close, but it could have been at least a no point loss map.
Yeah,
Sadly,
exactly.
it didn't came to be though, but other maps though, I gotta be honest, you're playing pretty well, right?
Yeah, man, I'm a bit disappointed about Eurostep that I didn't win because I made one small mistake. I got 2nd. Nonetheless, really good, but I could have easily won that. Yeah, you can just see that when the map is more technical, I do better. When you have more ice, it's like oof. But tree jump on the other hand, man, that went nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I played a very safe game there because I knew people were gonna probably make mistakes.
Oh, you were right. There were a bunch of mistakes on tree jump, and I mean, yeah, just taking it safe seems like the right approach on this one. Just getting a nice amount of points here. Yeah, and on Eurostep, I agree. You were playing so fast. You had the pace definitely to be, I mean, more than a second ahead of Carl Jr. in the end, if that mistake didn't happen, for sure.
I actually was on world record pace, 6 lapper.
Wow. I mean, yeah, you were really fast. It was sick.
Oh well, now we need to keep the points top 8. Now it's do or die here. But yeah, on these 2 maps, I'm pretty comfortable. So should not be that big of a deal. However, I haven't seen the likes of Kappa and Tween do anything yet. So maybe they only did like the 2 last maps practice. So anything can happen right here, right now.
Yeah, I agree. There are some players that are a bit underperforming as compared to what they did in the last season. And there's a little someone who's doing quite well this step so far.
Yeah, it's Papu.
Yeah,
Holy.
70 points right now is and more than 20 points ahead of Carl, who is 2nd place. That's pretty crazy.
Exactly. All right, well, there's 2 minutes left. I'll just focus up here, and yeah, hopefully we're gonna. My goal was 40 points by the end of the step. I think it's in reach. So
let's go for 50. Sorry, for 65, right?
Oh, I'm not sure, but yeah, keeping the points is the goal for sure here.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, good luck, and we'll be watching.
Yes, thank you.
All right, that was Spam. A little bit of a pre-last 2 maps interview here. Yeah, what a map and what a match so far. I mean, I gotta be honest, Papu playing insanely well, 70 points and deserved as well. Spam right now on 25 in the top 6, which is pretty good. And I mean, he feels confident on the next 2 maps, so I think he will rake in some good points here. And of course, everyone who's ahead of him right now, if one of them doesn't make it into the top 8 in any of the next 2 maps and Spam does, that's the easiest overtake, right? They will lose all their points. There's no way they're gonna catch up. So that means if you are top 8 is really, really important right now. Losing all your points is gonna be devastating, especially for someone like Papu, right? But I mean, we'll see what happens. In 30 seconds, we're gonna go to the next map. We're gonna warm up. We are gonna see what is gonna happen. And I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about it. Spam seems confident, and that gives me confidence as well. Alright, hope everybody's hydrated just like me. Let's do a little sip here. Feels good. Yeah, it's nice to have a little break, just to talk about the match a little bit, especially with the players themselves. And now we are gonna go on to the warm-up. Yeah, as it looks like right now, the warm-up has already happened, and we are gonna go live right now. I think that is at least the way it worked last time, so I assume it will be the same this time around. Yeah, end of warm-up, final phase is starting. And remember, final phase, if you are not top 8, you lose the points you've gained so far. So, let's zoom in on Spam here. who is already on a good start. Has number 1 on his car. Not anymore though, but for a little bit there. Nice inside line here by the Dutch player. Looking good. Hey Goldie, thanks for the prime sub to Spam and supporting him in his TMGL journey. Alright, here we go. Top 6 for him right now. Massa actually takes a little bit of the slow dirt, and that's going to cost him some speed. Maybe Spam is able to go for the overtake. Papu once again finds himself in first place. Carl Jr. looking good as well. We have Kappa, Ethel, Massa, and Spam also battling for the first top places. Ooh, nice low jump here by the Dutch player. And he is going to go for the attack right now on the dirt section. Oh, it is looking really good here for Spam as Papu comes back. Papu, of course, known for his incredible dirt skill back in the days. And he is going to make use of that right now in this section, although Spam knows how to do some dirt for himself as well, and now is going for the overtake. And it's looking really good here for him. Oh, did you guys catch that? He took a little bit of the inside there, cut a little bit of the track. That's going to cost him a little bit of speed. He's going to give away to Carl Jr. and Massa here, going into the first identity section. The half pipe right now. The idea is here to jump as low as possible, so that you don't have a lot of airtime. So not like Carl Jr. did, basically. And with a low airtime, you will be able to go pretty fast through the identity section. Of course, you don't want to jump too low, because you might crash. And that is, of course, the risk you have to take there. The German player Massa right now already on a pretty good performance in this step, and is now in first place. Looking good for him. And we have Spam in second place on this map. Papu is also in the mix, though. He doesn't want to lose the second place to Spam right now. Ooh, good dirt section by the French player, and he is on a run in this step so far, and again in that second place. Massa looking really strong as well. Spam in third place. Scrappy is right behind him. Carl and Bren also in the mix here. Spam again with a nice low jump, as Scrappy is actually not able to clear that really well. As Spam is actually... Where's Papu? I don't know. He is overtaken by Spam in this section right now. Massa looking good. Ooh, this is also really risky. Oh my god, I just wanted to talk about this. That is a pretty risky part, and Massa with the rip and a half right there. He has to respawn him. We will not see him soon. Oof, that's gonna hurt for the German player. And right now it is a battle between Carl, Bren, and Spam right now for the top 3. Identity section coming in. Bren jumping quite far, but pretty low as well. Spam not with the nicest amount of speed, but at least he... Oh my god, what an incredibly smooth end jump by Spam. Look at the risk he took in the last jump. And it is paying off. It is paying off. He is already back in the top 3. Is now closing in on Bren, as Carl has an incredible speed as well. Oh, Bren with the little bit of airtime. That's going to be good enough for Spam to be able to overtake him. And Carl Jr. is still in the lead. Papu on the attack though. What a nice section by him. Gwen is also in the mix. The battle is on this map right now. What a close map we have on our hands here. We are in lap 3 and we have an incredibly close battle between the top players. Carl is in the lead, but Papu is going for the inside line. Oh, jumps quite high. That's going to cost him so much speed. He loses airtime and he loses on the grip on the landing. And that's going to cost him a bunch of speed. He is now behind. It is now Carl Jr. and Gwen top 2. Spam in the top 3 still. Ooh, yeah, he makes it. Oh, always a little bit more steer right there. Especially when you see Massa do something like that. But so far so good here. Spam in third place. Gwen, what? What? Carl, this is not what you want to do, Carl. You go not into the wall. You go around the wall. I mean, I'm not a top tier player here, but I'm pretty sure that's the line. Spam is taking advantage of his mistake though, and is now in second place. Only Gwen is left. Hello? Papu? Hello? Papu presses B to boost and overtakes Spam. It's super easy right here. Although he does make a little bit of a monkey-ass mistake here in the end, and it is enough for Spam to get back into the second place. But what an incredible identity section by the French player, and he shows what he can do in that identity. Papu back in second place again, and the battle is on for the second place 14-pointer between Spam and Papu. Gwen with a really wonky line here. Oh, and he jumps so low, he actually still makes it. The battle is on for first place right now. Gwen, Papu and Spam are all in the mix here. The difference is less than 1/10 of a second between these 3 players right now. In the meantime though, we have Tween actually playing pretty well here in the 4th position, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of a big gap there. Another dirt section coming in. Spam is looking good in this dirt section. Gwen still first, although Papu is going for the overtake maybe. Oh, Papoon over the best landing. Spam at taking advantage. He's now in second place. Going for Gwen as well, although Gwen is still on a solid first place. The difference right now about 0.2 of a second. No Carl Jr. mistakes here in this map. Or sorry, lap actually. Oh, Gwen going quite wide, but that will make him go with a nice low airtime. Identity section coming in. I'm pretty sure Spam is kind of saving here. I don't want to call it, but it does look like Spam is taking it safe, making sure he doesn't make a mistake. Oh my god, like that, actually. Luckily, though, there was just a tiny bit of a bump, and he's gonna lose a bit, but he's not out of it. Alright, the battle is on between Papoon and Gwen right now, as Papoon takes the fastest lap. Gwen still with the fastest lap overall, though. Let's see who is right behind Spam. It is Scrappy right now, and he is actually not that far off. So Spam needs to be able to defend his top 3 position right now. And maybe if one can dream, catch up to the top 2. But it does look like there's quite a big gap between Gwen, Papoon and Spam right now. Alright, let's look at Scrappy, how he is doing. We see Spam right in front of him. Jump coming in. Alright, everybody clearing it. Spam with a nice inside line. It takes a lot of speed. Actually extends his lead to Scrappy here. Oh, going really wide. Going for the low airtime line. Let's focus on Spam in this identity section. Alright, Gwen actually taking the lead on Papoon in the meantime. In for the top 2 positions. And Gwen is on his way to a 20-pointer. Scrappy with a really, really nice identity. Gotta give props to him. He is able to overtake Spam right now. Although with a really high jump, that's gonna cost him so much speed. And Spam is back in the game. No way! Oh, I feel bad for Gwen. Oh, that is such a yikes mistake. He is gonna go down. And he just took one of the fastest lap of the whole map. And he makes such a yikes mistake. And now it is only Papoon left here for first place, and Spam in the meantime in second. Spam is about 0.7 behind Papoon, although he comes really close here. Papoon struggling with this jump, and now Spam is incredibly close to the French player, even going for the overtake for a little bit. And this, by the way, is the last lap, so if Spam is able to risk it in the end, he might go for the 20-pointer. Oh my god, Scrappy, what is going on? What is his speed by the Belgian player? He suddenly zooms by and actually overtakes both Papoon and Spam here for the first place. Spam looks like he has a little bit more speed than Scrappy though, and the battle is on for the 20-pointer. Oh my god, it is so incredibly close if we're going into the identity. Please, Spam, do it. Oh, that's a really nice low jump by Scrappy. Here comes Papoon as well. This is not over yet. We have a battle for top 1. Spam with a nice low jump, but although he goes really high here, he actually does it. Spam wins in 1/100th of a second. Spam takes the 20 points. What is going on? What an incredible end. Oh my god, I cannot believe he did it. Spam taking the risk, and it pays off. 20 points for him. I mean, that was awesome. 1/100th of a second. That is nothing. Wow. And now we have Spam on top 3 on the scoreboard right now. Just behind Pack. What is going on? Oh, by the way, look at the right of the scoreboard. Who is there in 9th position? Who is there in 11th position? You guys know these people? I thought they were high on the scoreboard, right? Let's not Pepe laugh too much because we have still 1 map to go, and it's not over yet. Yeah, in the last 2 maps, all points are gone. And this is another map where all points will be gone if you end up in the bottom 8. So just to recap here. First 2 maps, no point loss. The middle 2 maps, you have 50% point loss. And the last 2 maps is 100% point loss. Alright, here we go. Switch Bridge. That's a map name I'm not gonna repeat a lot. Alright, identity section here coming in. And this is really important. You want to jump between or around the poles. Go for really low airtime. And make sure that the car doesn't gear down. That is the 3 main points here that you want to do in the end. Of course, you want to avoid the poles. But you know what I mean. Alright, in about 2 seconds we will move on to the last map of the first step of TMGL. End of warm-up. Final phase is starting. Let's go. Alright, the players have started. Ooh, Riolo with a little bit of a high jump here. Loses a bit of speed. Spam, not with the best start, to be honest. But it is not over yet, of course. Gwen looking good in this map so far. He is already taking first place and taking the lead by quite a bit already, honestly. Alright, we see some people going for the low airtime. Me as a full speeder, gotta respect it. Gwen is just already 0.3 ahead of everybody here. What a performance by the youngster French player here. And Spam right now finds himself in 11th place. Although a really, really nice turn by him there. He is gonna go zooping by. Look at this. He is now in 5th place. What was this turn by him? Oh my god. Okay. Little bit of a mocker steer there. But we are still good. Identity section coming in. Everybody seems to be clearing it so far. Although Spam takes this really well. And actually overtakes quite a bit of people here. Alright. Identity section 1. Cleared. We are good so far. Gwen, Aurel, and Carl Jr. taking the lead, but Spam is in 4th place. Bran right now overtaking Spam. Kappa as well. Spam has to adjust his line a little bit on the ice section here. We see some mistakes here and there, but Spam still going fast. It's between Gwen and Aurel right now for the 1st place, and it is between Kappa and Spam for top 3. Kappa in the lead, but Spam has a bit more speed, so he might be able to overtake him after this wall right here. He does so indeed, going for the overtake. And now this jump, you really want to hold the gear. If you lose the gear, you mess up your whole speed and the jump can go really wrong. So it is quite risky, even though, of course, it looks quite easy if you see these players do it. Oh, oof, that is gonna cost him a speed. Spam touching the wall, and that is, oof. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, that's gonna cost some speed here. And he loses quite a bit of time here compared to his opponents. He is now in the red in 10th place, but it is only lap 2, so it is not over yet. Spam will be able to catch up because his pace so far has been pretty fast. Alright, Kappa right now with the best lap, and he is in top 3. Gwen and Papu still leading the pack though. Oh... Spam jumping nicely over all the people, saving some lives there. Quite a good job by him, as he is still in the 10th place. Bran right now struggling a little bit, and Spam might be able to go for the overtake here. He does so indeed in this speedy section. Scrappy as well, not with the highest amount of speed. So Spam is closing in a little bit, and Spam is already back in 9th place. That means he needs to take only one person to get back into the green here. He's around 0.2 behind Avon right now, who is currently gatekeeping those green positions. Third section coming in. Spam not getting close to that ball anymore, which probably is a good decision, as he is closing in more and more to the Polish player here. And the identity... next identity section coming in. Scrappy with the mistake. Scrappy slows down. Gwen as well is pretty slow here. And we will see the first casualties of this identity. Spam is capitalizing on this a lot. And he is now back in the green. Spam in the middle of the map, back in the green, top 7, as well as looking to overtake Avon right now in this ice section. Afi, not a nice amount of speed here for him, and that means Avon and Spam both close in on him, and now go for the overtake as well, as the jump is quite high for him. And now Spam's already 6th, looking good for him. In the meantime, though, we have Papu and Kappa leading the pack. Spam overtaking Avon here. Top 5 is in the cards for him right now. As we are on lap 4 out of 6. Tween and Aurel battling it out. Kappa and Papu battling it out. And we have... Oh my god! What is this mistake? Tween says bye-bye to his top 8 and goes for the respawn. And in the meantime, we also had Spam going for the really, really low jump. Avon looking good here in the battle with Spam. Has a really good section right there as well and will extend his lead. But at least Spam is still in a nice 5th place. Here comes Afi though. Afi zooping by. What an insane speed Afi has. And he will be able to go for the overtake on Spam. And will lock in 5th place for himself. Oh, it is not over yet though. Aurel? 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Aurel with the lag spike. He probably has a little bit of internet issues. Hopefully he won't disconnect. And he will just keep playing. Because that would be quite unfortunate here, disconnecting on the last map. In the meantime though, we do have Papu with a little bit of a mistake. And he is not ahead of Spam anymore. Spam right now in 4th position. Where is Aurel? Oof, Aurel looks to be in 8th position right now. I'm not sure what's happening with him. I really hope he's not suffering from his internet issues right now. In the meantime though, Kappa is in 1st place with about 2 seconds. We have Afi 2nd and who is on 3rd? Who has the bronze medal in his hands right now? It is Spam going into the 5th identity section. Papu is lurking though. Papu, of course, a really strong player. And it's... Oh, Spam actually slowing down quite a bit there. I think he had a little bit of a gear down. And that's going to cost him quite a bit of time. But at least he's still 4th place. Let's see where Avon is. Avon is quite close. But Spam has a little bit of a lead here. Ooh, Afi not with the best ice. And actually this is not the first time it happens that Afi doesn't have the best ice here. And the battle is on for 2nd place between Afi, Papu and Spam. They're all really close together here in the last lap of this first step. Remember, last lap right now. And the mistakes are going to cost a lot here. The pressure is super high right now for all of the players in the top 8. Because one mistake and they lose all their points. Kappa in the meantime flying on his own. And Afi is in a solid 2nd place right now as Spam is trying to keep up with Papu. Ooh, good line here by the Dutch player. What an insane tech player he is. Of course, 2012 world champion. You have to say it. You have to say it at least once. And he is now in the bronze medal spot. Last identity coming off of this step. This is the identity section. Papu going for the overtake, but as long as Spam doesn't make a mistake, we are happy. Actually, Spam goes for the re-overtake on Papu and might be able to lock in 3rd place. No, Papu has the best. No, what? Papu gives away the 3rd place to Spam. Thank you, Papu. Thank you, Papu. Spam gets 3rd place, and Spam does not lose any points in the last map. What a performance by Spam on the first step. I'm really proud of him. What a great performance by him. Oof. Aurel. Oh. That is just yikes. Alright, let's see what the last... Spam is 2nd. Spam is 2nd. Only Papu is ahead of him. Who would have guessed that this would happen? He is 2nd. With 57 points. And he takes all of those into the second step and into all the other steps. There's no way he's gonna lose these points anymore. Sure, Papu is far, far ahead. But Spam takes a solid 50 points in this first step here. And he is so far ahead of a lot of his opponents. I mean, 4th position is only 22 points. He has double the points of Kappa. Carl only 13. Gwen only 11. Avon only 9. And we have way less points for the people behind him. What a good performance. And we are going to go into the voice call with Spam right now. Let's see how he feels about his performance here. 2nd place. Wow. What is up, Spam? You're here?
Yes.
All right. Dude, what an incredible performance on the last 2 maps. I mean, you said you felt confident, but this was way beyond confident.
Yeah, I have to let it sink, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. 57 points. Also, lap 5, I'm not sure if you saw how close I was to actually full dying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that platform jump, there was like not even a hair could fit in between my car and the ledge.
Yeah, we were a little bit distracted because someone ahead of you made a full crash. But yeah, there was a lot of emotions going through everybody here, I think, because that was an insane platform jump.
Oh my fucking god. Like, I literally what I said in the pre-match interview, like, man, I'm a 5-head. Sometimes I think I'm just way too 5-head. But I'm really disappointed about the freaking mistake on Sidewave. But something in me knew that was gonna happen. But then again, hey, no complaining here, man. 57 points, 2nd place. And yeah, apparently, this is apparently Aurel disconnected in lap 5.
Yeah.
His ping went up to 4,000. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's definitely not his connection, he says. So.
Oh, whoa, it's
I don't
not
know.
his connection.
No, I think it could be, you know, the thing that starts with a D and ends with...
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Oof.
He has had this happen before. But nonetheless, let's not ruin my enjoyment with this. I got 57 points. Hey, that's what we're talking about. Good beginning to
57
Grand
points,
League.
dude. What is going on?
Yeah, awesome. Holy shit. How was the cast?
Yeah, Cass was incredible. Chat was incredibly active. I mean, it helps that you play so well because that makes it a lot easier.